We have a new form of die-cut decoupage, and these are from Katy Designs from England. And Teresa has done some wonderful things with this using our brand new Dazzle cards. So please, in fact, let me show you something that you can make just like this. So please come play with us. Before we get into this, let me just show you. There are 3 sheets just like this in every package. And as I said, there are 6 different packages. Now, Teresa's using 4 of them. So the 2 that she's not using are these last 2. Okay, so the multiple color, all those colors, and also these roses. So those 2 are not going to be used, but you can see them and you're going to get lots of ideas. And let's just begin with this first one that is using the pansies. And right here. So what you get in the package, as you can see, is the base piece, and then you get all of the different images that are all die cut. So they're all ready to pop out and to attach with foam tape. Now, obviously, Teresa's going to do it a little differently, and that's just what we expect from her. And she has used, in this case, our, let me pull this for you. And this is our brand new Flowers Dazzle, and this has 5 cards and 5 envelopes in the package, and they look just like this. And Teresa has colored them, and of course she's done it a little differently. So let me bring out the craft mat and show you the way that she has colored this. So I'm going to put this back. These, by the way, are in the Money Saver along with all of the die-cut decoupage. So I'll put that away. And Teresa has used 2 colors of the Prism ink pads. She's used the royal blue and the violet. And what she does is to put them on the craft mat just to pounce them down right next to each other, and then to mist them just like so. And then she used the teeny tiny daubers. Now, I have to tell you, these are not in stock yet. We have used them earlier. They will be in the end of January, beginning of February. And you can leave your email address and we will let you know the moment they arrive. They're teeny tiny, as the name implies, and you can just simply pick up the color right on the dauber and then just color right in onto the art, just like this. Just like so. Very fun. And you can, you know, choose how you want to color that. If you want more purple, you want more blue, however you want to do it. It really gives you, excuse me, a lot of control. And that's very fun. Now you can see I'm kind of more blue. Teresa was more purple. So you can play with that as you like. This is going to give you the control that you probably want, and that's going to work nicely. Now, if you want to do this before these teeny tiny daubers arrive, a paintbrush is going to do the trick, so that will be fine. Okay, now this didn't go through the ink, didn't go through the card on mine, nor did it do it on Teresa's. So that was nice. Although, had it done it, you could just take a half of a card and simply go right on top of it and just glue it in place. That would work fine. So what Teresa did, let me scoot this away and let me get these out of the way, is that she she just colored in those areas. She did use the khaki with the daubers with the leaves, so you can see that, the top and the bottom. Okay, and then she did put some of the pearls, the teeny tiny pearls, and they are self-adhesive, and just put those in the center of the flowers. So not some shine this time, just some a little dimension. So that worked nicely. Now, as I said, with this sheet, you're getting the full base color, which generally goes on flat. But in this case, Teresa went with the next largest image, which is this one. So she glued that down flat, and then she went to the next one, which is here, and she attached that with foam tape, and then went to the next one, attached it with foam tape, and then used the others. And so you can see the Just For You, that was foam taped in place. On the inside of her card, she used that full image, and she did want to mat it. So she used the carnation cardstock because it also has a purple that matches perfectly, and matted it so that it's going to do a really nice job with the other images that are on the sheet, and that is foam taped in place. So it simply does a nice job of using that full sheet. Now, if you wanted to have this flatter, just don't put as many layers, and that will work perfectly. So it does a nice job. Now, because the envelopes are in with the Dazzle cards, you're all set to go. And because you get 3 sheets, you can make, you could make 6 cards out of this if you wanted to. So that works nicely. Okay, now we're going to go to our second card. And this is the one that I first showed you. And there you go. Now this is using the sweet peas. And as you can see, and this is also using the new Hearts Dazzle card. And here's this. And that's what this looks like. Now, as you can see, Teresa edged the outside of her card. And to do that, she used the blush ink that is from Hunky Dory, and this is a water-based ink, so it's similar to the Distress ink pads. And you're going to want to take your card and fold it. They are scored, and place it on your craft mat. And use your blender brush just to dip into the ink pad, and starting from the craft mat, just go right onto the card. And you will get that blush coming into it. And you can see that's happening. I hope you can see it. I can see it here in person. The blush is a very light color, as you can see. And this allows you not to have an edge, which is very nice. And you can bring that in as far as you like or not. So you're just going to continue that around as Teresa has done. So I'm just going to set that aside and bring her card back so you can see the finished piece. There you go. Now in this card, we have the same situation, and that's going to be true of all of these, where you have the full image with a background, and then you have the pieces that are individual. You've got the full image, but then you've got all the bits and pieces. Now, Teresa's done a similar thing to what she did to the first card, is that she hasn't used the first one, she's used the second one, and she's placed that here, and that just really explodes out to the middle. Now she did elect to use some hearts, and these hearts are Dazzles, as you would imagine, and these are the gold heart Dazzles. And there's 358 pieces on this sheet, and she's placed them in the black hearts. Now we also have red hearts, and that's how that would look. Of course, that wouldn't work very well with our sweet peas, would it? But that worked very nicely. And so she has used the this layer and other of the layers just as you want to. Now this particular sheet is numbered. So this number 2 is going to go down first, then number 3. And you can see how they are all the way through here. So you can use as many or as few as you wish. On the inside of her card, She elected to offset this, and I think it's a very stylized look that I think is very nice. Had she used the whole piece, it would have taken up more than that whole card. So she elected to just kind of chomp it off. She did mat it, and in order to keep that pink color, she used our sweet pea cardstock, which is nice that it happens to match perfectly. So that worked nicely. And then the Happy Valentine's Day that she used, that comes from our Happy Every Holiday. Now this has 10 sheets in it, all different colors. You've got all of your happies up here, and then you've got Happy St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter, New Year, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Independence Day, another duplicate of all of those. So everything except Christmas and birthday is here. So it's every holiday except those two. And you can see that she used the gold one. So Happy Valentine's Day, and how timely this is, and that's why we wanted to make sure that you saw it. Okay, so that is probably the easiest way to add some color to your Dazzle cards. So that is our second card. Our third card is this one, and this is playing with our cats. And of course we're going to have cats. Now this sheet, or this package, again there's 3 sheets, has 3 different cats going on. And this one, you can see the poppies, you can see the little package, so that's the little guy, and then you've got one in a pot. So what Teresa has elected to do is she has mixed this with Mystic Moon 6x6 papers, because it has those purples, and you can see there's some purples and kind of orchids right here in the artwork. So she played with our rectangle and scallop dies, and you can see the papers that she chose. So she did a straight edge, larger than this one, excuse me, yes, this one, and then did a scalloped one in another shade. And they all are fitting right inside this new Dazzle card. And let me give you the name of that, which is right here. It is the Flourish. One thing about the Dazzle cards also is that they all have a greeting on the back of the card, made especially for you by, so that you can sign it. And all of them are different, which is nice. And in this case, in fact, all of them, they're scored, so they're ready for you to fold and decorate. In this case, purple is the color. So what Teresa has done is that she has used our purple Dazzles. Now, this is unusual in that the purple collection has all kinds of purple Dazzles together. In fact, there are 12 Dazzles in this collection, and one of them is the thin line Dazzles. But as you can see, there's also greeting Dazzles. There's just all kinds. I can even get it open. Yes, there's all kinds of greetings, words. There's the thin line and decorative borders, happy birthday, tiny words and phrases. So all of that in this collection. And the thin line is what she has used just inside the edge of her card, all the way around, also on the edge of her straight line paper right there. Now, along the artwork, she has also placed the jewel Dazzles in purple, of course, and that is adding the shine. So that's working well. Now, the kitty is right there, and then you also have the bits and pieces that are foam taped, and that little tag that says "with love." Now, on the inside of her card, she's gone with this little guy, and she has also used the Mystic Moon paper in blue right here to mat it. And there's also a strip of the purple, and there's also the thanks in purple. I'm hoping you can see that. Yes. And then also the thin line right there. And you can see how that does. So you've got the purple on the front and the blue purple on the inside, just doing a really nice job. Okay, so that is our third card. Our last card is going to do something else. And this is using these poppies. And let me show you this card. It is quite stunning. You like it? Now, this is using our Four Corners card. And as I said, it's using the poppies in a wheelbarrow. Okay, and as you can see, again, 3 sheets, that's what all of them has. But she's done something different on the front of this card. And let me show you what it is. So she has taken her card and she's folded it. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to lightly demonstrate it. And she used red pastel and earth red, those 2 colors, and folded it like that. And then the red pastel she used in the center of her card. Really wanted to color the center of her card pretty heavily, like so. And then she used earth red directly on the paper along the outside of her card. So, like so. Okay. And then she went back and used the red pastel kind of in the middle of the 2. Okay, now I'm just doing part of this, but you get the idea. Now, when that was all done, to get these droplets, she misted it. There you go. Now, as that dries, the water will make circles. So you do need to let it dry. And that's not going to happen while we're watching it, but you can kind of see it's almost starting to happen right now. Now, this will get, you do want to let that thoroughly dry because you can't do anything while it's still wet. Now, this will transfer into the card. So this is a place where you'll want to take another piece of cardstock. I just took a card and cut it in half and glue that along the inside of the card just to keep that tidy. Okay, now when that's all done, take your first layer and glue it down and then foam tape your pieces on top. That will work just perfectly. Now what Teresa has done is she has added, these are the gold pearl jewel dazzles. They are not as shiny as the normal jewel dazzles. They are a pearl finish, but they just add a luster. Okay, so you can see it in the flowers, you can see it along the artwork. And then she also added, and this is in the script greeting, these are just the black dazzles, and so it has sending smiles, and that just does such a striking look with mirroring the black in the artwork. Now on the inside of her card, she has used this piece, and this is called a pyramid style. So as you foam tape these pieces together, it raises it up 3-dimensional, but they are rectangles. And she did mat this onto a dotted, this is the dotted duos in green, and then she matted it on green, and she used Christmas Aglow cardstock. You can see that wonderful green there. So those two did a great job. And the birthday wishes, well, that's part of the same script greetings. So that's going to work perfectly. More of the pearl jewel dazzles right there. And you can see how this matting makes this a bigger statement, and that worked very, very nicely. So you can see there's just so much that you can do with these die cuts. And Teresa's given you one idea for each of the 4, but you have 6 of these. So lots of things that you can do. And as I said, we also have 6 of these Dazzle cards. So that's going to give you in good stead. The 2 that we didn't show you are the butterflies and the growing. So lots of new things to share with you. And I hope you're going to have a good time. I know you're going to have a good time playing with them. All of this is the Money Saver. They're sold separately, or you can buy it as a collection. The Money Saver's on the right side of the screen. If you're watching us on YouTube, we hope that you will like us. We hope you'll comment. Tell me what you think. And this is the first time that we've had the Katy Sue Designs die cut decoupage on. I hope you'll let us know what you think. And come on over to paperwishes.com. Teresa has written the directions on everything. They're down below. Just click on the card. You'll see it. And want to thank you for joining us. And most of all, thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. Bye-bye.